Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity on the River's virtual Sunday service for August 30th. We made it through August, and we're still here. Let us ground ourselves with an opening prayer. So let's take a deep breath. And wherever you are, open up your hearts with that space of gratitude that, yes, indeed, there's another day we can come together, virtually at least, in spiritual community. There is no distance in oneness. So even now, as you watch this video, wherever, whenever you are, know that there are others who are viewing it with you, who have viewed it, who are connecting with you in thought, in spirit, in oneness, in love, in truth, because this is the eternal divine essence of who we are, oneness and love. And today we honor that, we celebrate that, we speak to that, we sing to that. This is who we are, unity on the river. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen and amen. I'm Rev Ogun, Holder, Senior Minister, and I am joined today by the boys in the shed, Brian and Keith, and also the incomparable Leslie Smith. And I'm going to turn it over to Leslie right now as she sings Higher Love.
Welcome, everyone. It's great to see you virtually. Think about it. There must be higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, I'll look inside mine. Things might look so bad everywhere in this world. What is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind in what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love I keep thinking of? Worlds are turning and we're just hanging on, facing our fear and standing out there alone. We yearn and it's real for me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. Things might look so bad everywhere in this whole world. What is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind them what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love we keep dreaming of? I will wait for it. I will wait for it. We will wait for it. We will rise above on this higher love.
Nice, Lizzie. Great to hear you again. Where's your wings, little angel? My sweet baby child. How you gonna live Better be smart, better be strong, 'cause you ain't gonna be here long. Don't care if you're rich, never had a dime. This whole life's an uphill climb. But I ain't got time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for hate. One more moment's a moment too late, 'cause I ain't got time for hate. People lost and lonely, just looking for a home. Call us names that still hurt us a lot more than stones. It's the law of the jungle, it's the law of the land. We hold each other's hearts in the palms of our hands, black and brown, white or tan, every woman, child, or man. But I ain't got time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for hate. One more moment's a moment too late, 'cause I ain't got time for hate. Take it, Keith. Time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for hate. One more moment's a moment too late. I ain't got time for hate. We're all born, then we die, put on this earth and we don't know why. Breathe the same air, the same blood, some in mansions and some in mud. Little angel, if you survive, I know someday you're gonna fly. Yes, little angel, if you survive, I know someday you're gonna fly. 'Cause I ain't got time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for hate. One more moment's a moment too late, 'cause I ain't got time for hate. Ain't got time, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for hate, 'cause one more moment's a moment too late. I ain't got time for hate. No, I ain't got time for hate. Ain't got time for hate. No, I ain't got time for hate.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome. Yes, if we don't have time for hate, got to make some time for love. Love it, love it, love it. So we make the time for love by becoming centered, because we know the love is emanating from the heart space, from the divine truth of who we are. So let us prepare for a time of getting centered and a time of meditation. And we're going to invite Leslie to take us in with the song, The Grace Prayer, and offer a special tribute also at this time. Go ahead, Leslie.
Thank you, Ogun. I so appreciate being with everyone today. On Sunday, August 23rd, our beautiful mentor, teacher, spiritual guide, and dear, dear friend, Deidre Price, who you might have known as Debbie Tyson at Unity Village, passed away and left this earth, or passed over and left this earth plane. And I'd like to sing a beautiful song, the Grace Prayer, that so many of us in Unity have followed, not only as a prayer that Deidre wrote for the Unity Ministers and has been used throughout time. But also Deidre worked with myself to create a beautiful song based on this prayer. Deidre is a celebrated author. You can still share in her teachings at wingsofspirit.org. She taught grace, and as Reverend Shipley Allenson said, she was her favorite teacher at so many students at Unity. So this one goes out for you, Deidre, and to your husband, your beautiful husband, John Price, who's co-founder of Wings of Spirit. Thank you. And it's John Hyde on piano. For thee I thirst, Holy of Holies, my Prince of Peace, my beloved one. Into thy hands I do commit me, my body, spirit, soul, and all problems. Reveal, Lord, that which needs to be revealed, Lord, and so tenderly, and heal, Lord, that which needs to be healed, Lord, and do so completely. Thy will is my will, thy way is my way, thy will be done through me in perfect love. Heal me at depth, heal me completely, faith so free on the wings of a dove. Reveal, Lord, that which needs to be revealed now, and so tenderly, and heal, Lord, that which needs to be healed, Lord, and oh so completely. So I may glorify thy Holy Spirit and live in fullness of thy grace. I'm born anew with sweet surrender, an open heart, take my place. Reveal, Lord, that which needs to be revealed, Lord, and so tenderly heal now, that which needs to be healed, Lord, oh so completely. And heal my unforgiveness, and heal my separateness, heal my fears. Thy will be done, it is finished. Amen.
Thank you, Leslie. Let us continue in that centered place of opening up to healing. I invite you, if you haven't yet done so, to gently close the eyes. And allow the attention to follow the breath to the heart. And let's breathe into our heart space in this moment. Recognizing that healing can only come with a recognition of the divine wholeness that we are, and the release of what no longer serves. So as we continue to settle into the stillness of this moment, allowing the body to relax with each breath, allowing the mind to focus on the breath and the stillness of the heart. Let us affirm our divine wholeness and release what no longer serves. On the in-breath, affirm I am divine. On the out-breath, I release fear. On the in-breath, I am divine. On the out-breath, I release resentment. On the in-breath, I am divine. And on the out-breath, whatever no longer serves you, whatever you know for you stands in the way of your realizing true love and oneness. There is power in our word, power in our thought, power in our belief. What is yours to release today? So as you breathe in, affirm silently, I am divine. And as you breathe out, I release whatever it is that no longer serves. Let us breathe, affirm, and release for a few moments in the silence. Indeed, we are the embodiment of the divine, of spirit, of love, of all that is, of God. And we are here to bring that into visibility. We're here to make that felt. So with each breath, with each moment, we continue to heal, to be whole, to release that which no longer serves us. And in so doing, the one power and the one presence we call God is made real for ourselves and for each other. Let us close this time together by affirming, surely the presence.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Thank you, Brian. And thank you, Leslie, for that beautiful, beautiful song. So today we are wrapping up our summer movie series. I hope you all got the chance to watch this final movie on Netflix called Love, Wedding, Repeat. As always, my talk will contain spoilers. So if you're not a fan of spoilers and you've not seen the movie yet, feel free to pause and come back to this talk. This movie is a rom-com. Sorry, apologies to all you non-lovers of rom-coms. And I'll admit, not the best rom-com out there, but it did harken back to, one of my favorite rom-coms, For Weddings and a Funeral. But this one was really had a really important message for us. So the movie, in summary, takes place at a wedding, and the bride is trying to get her brother to keep an eye on one of the guests who apparently the bride had a last-minute fling with a couple weeks before her wedding. The backdrop of this is also our main character, her brother, Jack, is reunited with a young woman he met sometime before that it was love at first sight, and it never did work out. So he's trying to reconnect with her. He's trying to keep an eye on this wayward guest. And there's all sorts of other hijinks going on. And for some reason, the sister decides that the best way to keep the guy that she had the affair with, who's an old friend, quiet, was to have her brother dose him with a sleeping potion. Okay, so we can imagine that this is going to be a mess already, but it gets worse because we've got the table scene arrangements, some children run in, switch around the name tags, and of course the wrong person gets the sleeping medicine. Hilarity ensues. So on the surface, this may seem like just a ridiculous movie, and in many ways it is. But the thing that really came out or jumped out at me for this movie is the idea of what happens when we try too hard to control things. When we try too hard to control things. The sister had an error of judgment, and her thinking was, the secret can't get out. It would ruin everything, so we've got to control it. And every effort that her brother makes to control the secret, and every effort she's making to control it, is making it worse and worse and worse. And just when things are at their absolute worst, the movie kind of pauses, and there's a narrator that rewinds and reminds us that there could have been a different outcome. There could have been many different outcomes. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, the reason the whole thing sort of went awry was because these kids ran in and moved name tags around, and the wrong person got the wrong sleep-in potion. But what if the name tags were arranged in a different order? And we see in the movie some of these options playing out, okay, of different people get the sleeping potion, what might happen. But then it turns out that the only outcome, the only possibility that ends up working, that ends up with the highest and best outcome for all, was the one when Jack, the brother, who was assigned to control everything, he got the sleeping potion, the drug. And when he got that, what happened was he was taken out of the control scenario. He didn't have the energy. He really didn't have the willpower, the mental capacity to control the things like he thought he would have. He was taken out of the equation. And when he was taken out of the equation, things unfolded in such a way that the bride was able to get married without a hitch. He was able to reconnect with the young woman that he'd fallen in love with before. Pretty much every other character in the movie that was seeking something found that something. When we strive to control with a tight fist the things in our life that we might think are going to spiral out of control, that's exactly what happens. They spiral out of control, like trying to grasp a handful of sand and it just slips through your fingers. And this is because when we get in that place of fear and anxiety of what might be, in order to avoid the imagined pain, the imagined loss, the imagined grief, the imagined discomfort, the imagined whatever we imagine worst case scenarios, we try to control. And it falls apart. I can't think of one time in my life where I sought to control the outcome that it happened the way it should have, or that the outcome was the highest and best. We've got to take ourselves out of the equation. We've got to let go and let God. And that saying, let go and let God, sort of almost implies that, there's some benevolent deity out there pulling the strings. Now, when I hear let go, let God, what that means for me is that we're all intricately connected in a web of synchronicity. And when we seek to control, we start to break up that web. I don't know if you've ever seen the intricacies of a spider web. What happens if you just pull on one of those strings? The whole thing starts to unravel. Or a tapestry, when you yank on one thread, the whole thing starts to begin to fall apart. Ours is not to yank on the threads. Ours is to let it unfold. And this is hard. This is hard. Because we've suffered loss, we've suffered pain, and we want to avoid it again. We've got a plan. We make plans for our lives and plans for communities and plans for our families. And when it looks like it may not be going our way, we seek to push it back in the lane, get the train back on the tracks. We seek to control. In the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu writes that when we let go of what we are, we become what we might be. And when we let go of what we have, we receive what we need. This is the power of letting go. It allows things to unfold in the synchronous ways that we cannot see and imagine with our limited vision. And to be clear, letting go is not about doing nothing. Letting go is an act of surrender. And that's an intentional act to align with the infinite wisdom of the divine that we, in our limited human perceptions, cannot begin to imagine. Eckhart Tolle says, letting go is an act far greater powerful than defending or hanging on. Letting go, let me read the quote correctly. Letting go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. And it doesn't seem powerful, does it? To let go, to surrender, to trust, to have faith. But that's what that is. Letting go is an intentional act of not letting yourself be ruled by emotions like fear and anger and despair and grief. It's about intentionally not letting ourselves be dictated by the attachments we have. Joseph Campbell writes, we must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so that we can have the life that is waiting for us. And letting go is intentionally decided not to value our worth based on the validation of others. In the movie, the best lines I thought were given to the dopey man of honor. It was a maid of honor. The bride's maid of honor was her best friend, who was a guy, and he had some of the best lines. And this was one of my favorite lines. He says, "The important thing is that the person you're with loves you for being you. You are enough. You are enough." Are the people that you surround yourself with loving you just for you being you? Do you love you just for being you? You're enough. And to ground ourselves in that is the release any thoughts of unworthiness, of comparing ourselves to others, to truly live at peace with ourselves. Letting go what no longer serves us is the first and perhaps the most difficult but longest step towards true wholeness and true healing for ourselves, as a society, for the world. This week we saw the shooting of yet another Black man by a police officer, Jacob Blake, 7 times in the back, in front of his children. We saw the despair and the anger of a community erupt again in protests, some of which, yes, led to violence. And for those who always wonder, why is there always this protesting and the rioting and violence? It's because, you know, as Martin Luther King said, rioting is the voice of the unheard. When there's been pleading and asking and ignoring, that's what's left to draw attention. And this is not me justifying violence. This is me saying that we've got to look deeper at why we are here. And we are here because part of America has been taught to be afraid of Black skin. And as a result, part of America has been taught to overreact to Black skin. And as a result, those of us with the Black skin have been taught to be afraid of part of America. What's the commonality there? Fear. We have, all of us, to release the conditioned fears that we've been taught. And these fears are grounded in racism, make no mistake. When I say before that dismantling racism is moral and spiritual work, this is what I mean. because to live in fear is not a spiritual place of being. To live in love is. So until the part of America that fears black skin releases that fear, and until those of us with black skin can release the fear of those who fear us, we're going to just continue the cycle of fear. We've got to release the fear. We've got to know that there is truly nothing to be afraid of from people who don't look like us, who don't think like us, who don't come from the same places we come from. The fear will destroy us. So we let go of the fear. This is our work. This is our spiritual work as individuals and as a nation. Gerald Jampolsky says, when we think we've been hurt by someone in the past, we build up defenses to protect ourselves from being hurt in the future. So the fearful past creates a fearful future. The past and the future become one. We cannot love when we feel fear. When we release the fearful past and forgive everyone, we will experience total love and oneness with all. When we release the fearful past and forgive everyone, we will experience total love and oneness with all. So let us stop seeking to control and let us seek to release. Release the fear, release the conditioning, so that we might experience the total love and oneness that is our spiritual birthright. It is the only way we can bring healing to ourselves, to this nation, to this world. It's the only way we can live one love in this one world. I'm going to let the boys in the shed anchor us, center us with one love, one world.
Thank you, Ogun. We are one, 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 we are one. In this world of constant changing, all our lives are rearranging now. All the struggle, all the pain are part of what we call the game, and harmony calls my name. Things don't have to stay the same. Peace on earth, goodwill to men can happen once again. We are one love, we are one world. Put your hands together now, every boy and every girl. We are one love, we are one world. Take some time to help each other, and then you'll understand. One love, one world. One love, one world. All my life I search for reasons for the ever-changing seasons now. All the heartache, all the shame, a part of what we're all the same, and harmony in our lives, peace and love and sacrifice. We all need to lend a hand, a brotherhood of man. We are one love, we are one world. Put your hands together now, every boy and every girl. We are one love, we are one world. Take some time to help each other, and then you'll understand. One love, one world. One love, one world. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Put your hand in mine. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Let your spirit shine. Oh, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Put your hand in mine. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Let's sing one more time. We are one love. We are one world. Put your hands together now, every boy and every girl. We are one love, we are one world. Take some time to help each other, and then you'll understand. One love, one world. One love, one world. Oh, one love, one world. One love, one world.
One love, one world. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Keith. Awesome. Some opportunities for us as spiritual community to connect during this time. Next Sunday at 11:30 a.m., we will be having a Zoom community meeting. There will not be regular hospitality, just this community meeting. Again, that's next Sunday, 11:30 a.m. on Zoom. We will be recording it, so if you can't make that time, you can always watch it afterwards. All the information about how to get on that Zoom call will be on our website. It will be in our newsletter if you sign up for a newsletter. And if you want a text reminder, please sign up for our text alerts. How do you do that? Text UOTR to 313131. That's UOTR to 313131, and you will get text reminders about things like this and our Sunday service and other updates. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're in any of those, follow us there. That's where we post everything all the time. Another opportunity to connect with your spiritual community. Spirit groups are starting again. They're starting the week of September the 27th, and the sign-up page is ready to go. You can join a group. We got 4 groups going. There's a group on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These are, again, over Zoom. So these are virtual spirit groups, I guess. And the groups will all be looking at that classic unity work, Discover the Power Within You, by Reverend Eric Butterworth. So information about that, again, all those areas we share things, but unityontheriver.org/spirit groups is where you can find all that information and the link to sign up for a group. If you missed the chance to do the How to Be Anti-Racist book study that I facilitated with my friend Reverend Kelly Isla, we're starting that again this Tuesday, September 1st. Go to our classes page, unityontheriver.org/classes, for more information about that. Next week, I'm starting another book, Spiritual Partnership by Gary Zukov. If you've not gotten your book yet, it's probably still some time to order it. This is one of the most transformative books I've ever read. You've heard me say a lot of time that relationships are our greatest spiritual practice. This is the book that got me there. So I hope you can all get a copy, read along, follow along. If you don't have the book, that's fine. That you don't need it to follow along the talks. As always, thank you to these awesome musicians who shared with us today. And thank you always for your ongoing donations that help us to continue doing what we do. As always, if you want to donate to us, unityontheriver.org/donate is the best place to go. Or you could simply set up a text to give from your phone. Text the word give to 833-702-4337. And after one-time setup, you just got to text the amount that you want to donate to us. You can set that up with a credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, however you want to do it. And of course, the good old postal service still works. So you can mail us a donation to our new office space. It's 14 Cedar Street, Suite 203. And that's in Amesbury, Massachusetts. That new address is on our website. So you can go there to check that out and also find out all the latest about our relocation, the new office space, and what are the intentions that we're holding for as we move forward with our property search as well. So I hope that if you're watching this Sunday morning, you can join us for hospitality at 11 a.m. Again, all that information, how to get into hospitality, is on our website. And I hope you can also join me for a midweek meetup on Wednesday, starting in September. That's this week. We'll now be doing it at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. So you have two opportunities to connect with me and other people in the community, just to check in, see how the week's going, and do a meditation together. So that's 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. And where do you find all that information? On our website, unityontheriver.org. It has it all, so check it out. I think that's all I got for announcements today. So let us virtually join hands, imagine, and close up today's service with "Let There Be Peace on Earth." Take it away, Brian and Keith. As soon as we unmute you. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
We are the light of the world.
The love of God enfolds us.
We are the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
We are the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
We are the presence of God.
Wherever we are, God is.
God is.
And all is well.
Yeah.
And we
are richly blessed.
Thank you for watching today. Namaste. Be blessed.
Namaste. Love you guys.